everyone, today's it is about when he ignores you because of a bet. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And let's get going. The familiar rhythm of Katsuki's footsteps echoed beside you as you walked home from school together. Yet, something felt amiss. Katsuki, usually a chatterbox filled with animated rants and laughter, was eerily silent. His sharp gaze was fixed ahead, his shoulders hunched, and his brow furrowed. He tried to strike up a conversation, but your attempts were met with curt nods or monosyllabic replies. His usual explosive energy was replaced by a tense, pent-up demeanor. A knot of worry tightened in your stomach. "Katsuki, are you okay?" you asked, your voice laced with concern. Katsuki didn't respond. His silence was deafening, a stark contrast to the lively banter that usually filled your afternoons. You tried again, your voice laced with a hint of desperation. "Katsuki, please talk to me." Your plea was met with the same stony silence. A pang of hurt shot through your heart. Katsuki, your usually affectionate boyfriend, was acting like a stranger. The silence stretched on, punctuated only by the rhythmic thud of your footsteps against the pavement. You couldn't help but wonder what had caused this sudden change in Baku's behavior. As you reached your doorstep, you turned to face Katsuki, your eyes pleading for an explanation. But his face remained impassive, his expression unreadable. "Katsuki," you began, your voice rarely over a whisper. "What's going on?" He didn't answer. Instead, he turned abruptly, alone, and walked away, leaving you standing there, a whirlwind of emotions swirling within you. You watched him disappear into the distance, your heart heavy with confusion and hurt. The familiar warmth of his presence was now replaced by a chilling emptiness. You spent the rest of the day lost in thought, replaying the events of the afternoon in your mind, searching for clues, for any hint of an explanation for Katsuki's behavior. But the more you thought about it, the more lost that you felt. The night passed in a haze of worry. You barely slept, tossing and turning, your mind consumed by the mystery of Katsuki's sudden silence. The morning sun streamed through your window, casting a warm glow on your face. But despite the brightness of the day, you couldn't shake off the gloom that had settled over you. Katsuki's continued silence weighed heavily on your heart. You dragged yourself out of bed, your body feeling heavy and sluggish. You went through the motions of getting ready for school, but your mind was elsewhere. You couldn't focus on anything but Baku's strange behavior. As you walked to school, you replayed the events of the previous day in your mind, trying to make sense of it all. What had you done to make Katsuki so upset? You couldn't recall any arguments or disagreements, nothing that could explain his sudden coldness. When you arrived at school, you avoided Katsuki, not wanting to face his silent rejection again. You spent the day in a haze, your mind preoccupied with thoughts of him. After school, you decided to confront Katsuki. You found him sitting alone in the courtyard, his back turned to you. You approached him slowly, your heart pounding in your chest. "Katsuki," you said softly. He didn't turn around. "Katsuki, please talk to me," you pleaded. He remained silent. You could feel tears welling up in your eyes. "Why are you doing this?" you asked, your voice trembling. Bakugou finally turned to face you. His expression was unreadable. "It was a bet," he said. You stared at him in disbelief. "A bet?" You repeated. "Yeah," he said. "Kirishima bet me that I couldn't ignore you for 24 hours. Your heart sank. Bakugou was ignoring you because of a stupid bet. So, You're going to ignore me for an entire day because of a bet. You asked, your voice filled with disbelief and hurt. It was just a bet, Juan. It's not a big deal. He said. It is a big deal to me. You shouted. You're my boyfriend, and you're supposed to care about me. But you're treating me like I'm nothing, like I'm easy to ignore. Bakugou looked away, avoiding your gaze. You sighed, feeling defeated. Fine then, I'll leave you alone. You said. He turned to walk away, but Katsuki grabbed your arm. Wait, he said. You stopped and looked at him. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you. I just thought it would be funny. You stared at him for a long time, trying to decide whether or not to believe him. I don't think it's very funny. You said. I know. He said. I'm an idiot. You sighed. You left Katsuki, but sometimes you could be so infuriating. Just promise me that you won't do this again. You said. I promise. He said. He pulled into a hug and you hugged him back. I love you, Juan. I love you too. You hugged him tightly, feeling a wave of relief wash over you. Despite his impulsive decision, you knew that he cared about you deeply. You were sure of it, even. I know you didn't mean to hurt me. You said, pulling back to look into his eyes. But it really upset me when you ignored me like that. Bakugou nodded, his expression contrasted. I understand. I was being stupid. I should have thought about how my actions would make you feel. You smiled, feeling a sense of forgiveness blooming within you. I know you're not perfect, Katsuki, but I love you for who you are. Bakugou grinned, his usual mischievous spark returning to his eyes. I love you too, Juan. He said, squeezing your hand gently. The two of you walked home together, hand in hand, the tension between you dissipating like mist under the morning sun. As you strolled along the familiar streets, you couldn't tell but feel a sense of gratitude for Baku's apology. His willingness to admit his mistake and make amends showed you just how much he cared about your feelings. When you reached your doorstep, Katsuki paused, his hand still lingering in yours. I promise I won't make the same mistake again, he said, his gaze unwavering. You smiled, believing his words wholeheartedly. I know you won't, you said, leaning in to kiss his cheek. I love you, Katsuki. Katsuki smiled back, his heart filled with warmth. I love you too, he said, pulling you into a tight embrace. Thank you guys for listening. I hope you liked this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Goodbye.